Everything that society told you about being good with women is wrong. And I know this because basically growing up, I was a squirrely little rat. I didn't get any girls, and then I got married to the wrong person. And then after 10 years of marriage, I had to do like a 180 and try to figure out how everything worked, so that way I didn't screw up again. And the end result of that was having a bunch of different girls chase after me and then having the slamming wife that I'm still together with to this day. So one of the first things that society tells you is that you ought to be tall. Guys, I'm 5'7". I've dated girls that were 6 foot plus, walking around like Napoleon with a giant on my arm. And at the end of the day, being tall, it doesn't matter. So the next thing society tells you is that you ought to be good looking, like a Jason Momoa type, or maybe like a Taylor Lautner type or whatever, right? I wouldn't call myself ugly, but I definitely wouldn't call myself Jason Momoa either. If you want an example of a big fat pickup artist type guy that gets an unlimited amount of girls, just go look up Luke Krogh, Krogh. Society tells you that you ought to have money. Guys, when I was dating the most amount of women, I was actually living in my parents' basement, and I just come off a bankruptcy and a divorce, and I was taking out more women than I ever had before in my entire life. Yeah, I had enough money to take the women out and pay for the dates, but I was in a jeans and t-shirt, at a fancy restaurant, with the girl be in a dress or something like that. I covered the whole bill, no problem. You don't have to have money, you just have to have potential. Another thing society says is that you really ought to date women around your same age. Or if you're older, you've got no business going after women that are really hot or in demand or whatever, which is crazy because alternatively, you could get on TikTok and see all these women talking about how they want daddy, a guy that's age 30, 40 plus, which is the absolute truth. So if you're an older guy and you think for whatever reason that you need to date a woman that's your exact same age or that the clock is ticking for you, you're absolutely wrong. Like if you're an older man, age 30, 40 plus, I guess 30 really isn't that old, but if you're 40 plus, guys, you could be dating girls in their young 20s if you want to. So the last thing I'll say is that all these things help, right? It helps to be Jason Momoa. Of course it does, right? It helps to be tall. It helps to be jacked. It helps to be, have some money. It helps to, have status and all these other things that we see as really good. But you actually don't need any of it. What you really need, guys, is confidence, humor, charisma, wit, and that's pretty much it. And if you can deliver good energy to that girl that you're interested in, as long as you have a cool life and your cup is full and you can take that cup and kind of spill it out onto the girl, that's literally the only thing you need. The problem is the reason why society says you need all these other things is because it's much harder to do that than it is to focus on all this external crap. So build a cool life. Like this video, drop your thoughts in the comments, and check out my other videos up here.